man. I mean, it is what it is. You don't got to go into depth of it, but that's how it is north of the border.
They took your laptops and everything, bro.
Oh, they took everything.
Did they get the laptops back?
Not for years, man. I had to
God dang.
So I actually didn't catch the charges. So they rolled up in the spot heavy too. They rolled up with the SWAT team, right? Damn. I don't know if you've ever had the AR-15s pulled on you by the SWAT team.
I've seen them, but I didn't know put on me before.
There's nothing like an AR-15 from one of those cowboys to loosen your bowels up real quick.
Okay, now.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay. We don't want to miss no good content. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't want to miss that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the motherfucking shit. Where, once again, it's the Abyss motherfucking podcast, issue 176. You know what I'm saying? Just after the awards. Shout out to everybody who won something. If you didn't win nothing, sorry. I don't vote. Word.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah.
Shout out to politics.
I mean, boy, I'm talking about it's not really no politics. We asked
it's the end of the year awards.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The end of the year awards, rap of the year, artist of the year, all that visual artist of the year, album of the year. Yeah. So some people got mad about not winning. It ain't my fault. I don't vote. I don't vote. Anyway,
I think I seen what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now politics over here. Okay. Yeah. Nice Pro Dillinger shirt, Carl. How are you?
Thank you. I am fantastic.
All right. Primo Jab, how are you?
Doing great, man.
Thanks for asking. What you got on? Pause.
He's got that Primo.
This Primo Jab Long Live Follies hoodie.
Yeah.
I told you, you're going to see reruns.
Peace, Follies. Rest in peace, Follies, yo.
We miss you, Follies.
We miss you, Follies.
We miss you.
And over here, for issue motherfucking 176, we got Bucky Luger with the freaking motherfucking, you got the Milwaukee Bucks. I like that jersey right there. You know what I'm saying? The Motorola shit sets the shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Got that Dame?
Yeah. Is Dame Dollar right there? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Dame Dollar.
Oh man, you a real Milwaukee fan, huh?
Yeah, he's from Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? You lived there all your life in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
You got snow?
No, not right now. Nope. No snow.
You a Packers fan?
Yep.
Packers suck. Go Bears.
He's a big. Yeah.
Who said that?
We're starting out like this now.
Primo, goddamn jab.
Who got the bear call here?
Bear down. Bear down. We won it. We won it 0 in 2025, baby.
What are you gonna do in 2025?
I said we're 1-0 right now. We 1-0. We beat the Packers in 2025.
That's all the Bear fans be hanging their hat on is the Packer.
Hey, we won our Super Bowl. That's it. It's been 6 long years. It's been 6 long years.
My whole family's from the South Side, so I be hearing that shit all day long.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you've been getting earfuls.
57th and Mayfield, you know.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
All right.
Hey, early morning AM over there.
Yeah, well, he's in Pilsen. He's in Pilsen. That's like more. That's more east.
Oh,
that's like
Mayfield,
my pops and my mom grew up like. My pops grew up in like Evergreen Park area.
Okay, 95th ish, further that far south.
Like 87th in Sacramento.
Okay, that's what's up.
What up?
Well, where are you at, Primo?
Well, I live in Charlotte right now, but I'm born and raised in Chicago. I'm from the west side, Oak Park.
Okay, yeah, that's right. My grandma, like 57th and Mayfield, is pretty close to that.
Yeah, closer than most.
No. I'm thinking. I think I'm Oak Lawn. I think not.
Yeah, you're thinking Oak Lawn. Yeah, Oak Park is next to Cicero, next to Berwyn, Austin. You know, all of that. That's our neighborhoods over there. You know, like Roosevelt, North Avenue, 7200 West, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
7,000.
She's. I think she's further south.
Yeah. She's way further south, but Mayfield
AM is like
southwest.
Pilsen, so like that's kind of like if you keep going west, like on Roosevelt, like you get to Pilsen.
Exactly.
Like isn't Pilsen like 18th and Racine, like somewhere around there?
Yeah. It's Roosevelt is 12th Street, so you go a little bit south
on here too.
and a little bit west. Yeah, that's where you get to Pilsen. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got the right idea.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, I spent a hell of time down there. I mean, I know my way around pretty well down there.
I can tell. No, I can tell. You said the right neighborhoods, man. You knew the names instead of saying, "Oh yeah, I'm over here by." You ever been to this store or something like something weird like that?
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know the commerce like that. I just know like where we've lined up.
Yeah.
So
you live in Milwaukee?
No, I live in Madison actually.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, you live up in the middle of the state, kind of.
Yeah, yep, middle southwest. I mean, we're about I don't know what an hour. We're about an hour from Milwaukee. I own a business in Milwaukee though, so okay. I'm there like 3-4 days a week, give or take.
That's what's up, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not sure we can put this on the YouTube video. Can we?
Yeah, say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, man.
And the rolling.
Make yourself comfortable, man.
And the rolling. All that good stuff.
Is that time of night? The kids are about to go to bed. Wife's putting the kids to bed. I got to roll up. It's right around this time of night.
It's dad life. It's dad life, man. It's the best life. It's the best life. You got to get in there when you can. You know what I'm saying?
I apologize for my tardy. That's what I was doing. I was just finishing brushing my son's teeth. You know what I mean? Getting him ready.
No doubt. Yeah, my wife has my wife has gracefully accepted the job for the night, and the kids are cooperating. I think. We'll see what happens.
Well, my wife was out there somewhere, probably shaking ass at a club right now. Yeah, I don't know what. I ain't met her yet.
All right, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, if she's at the club shaking her ass,
Yeah, you were appalled at first. You were like, "Wait, what? What?"
No, man. I mean, that's all good. I go to the strip club with the wife sometimes.
Yeah, that's the best time to go is with your girl. Yeah. That's like the funnest time, and that's when the women come at you. No. I mean, she working. It's all love. Yeah. Here's what
we own a business in Madison too. So
okay. It's I didn't know that Milwaukee was the natural op for the Chicagoans, yo. He said he looked at your jersey. He got Primo Jab got mad. I was like, what? It's
mostly Packer Bears right now.
Yeah, it's just Packers
Bears. The Bears have just been S and the B.
Yeah, we've been terrible. Like I said, for 6 years we've taken L's from the Packers, and we finally won. Yeah, yep. 6 years in a row.
Last time, when was the last time they won?
2018.
God dang!
Oh, an actual game? You're talking about an actual game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
it wasn't even a good
season. So long ago, I don't even remember.
Oh, the last time we actually won a football game though was 10 weeks ago before we won against the Packers this last week. Yeah, we were on a 10-game losing streak, man.
Somebody's got to beat the second string, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. That's a lot. There's a lot of that going on.
Touche.
Yeah, we can talk some. We can talk
shit. I enjoy it. That's what I'm here for.
My grandma is still alive. She'd be texting me. She's 94, right?
Yeah.
She'd be texting me like bets before the game at like 8 a.m. in the morning.
God bless her.
Put some money on this game.
God bless her.
What?
I fucks with it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Well. Did she let you down every once in a while? She come up with some good bets.
Nah, it's mostly just like I bet on the Bears, you bet on the Packers.
Okay.
That's
Well. The betting the Bears is not a good idea.
And they're all Southsiders, so they're all Sox fans too. So they're
I love your people. Those are my people too.
They've been crying all year.
Yeah, it's been a horrible year. The White Sox this year, we were the worst baseball team of all time. We firmly established that record.
But you're the number one worst baseball team of all time.
That's right. So I guess we're the best at losing. Yeah. I guess we got to take that. Yeah. Yay us.
Y'all the AP overlords of baseball. That's what's up, yo.
Oh, wow.
What?
2025. You see the type of bullshit we all call?
I know, man. The Bears got that stack though. If they could get their shit together, we're
gonna be all right.
They drafted a quarterback who wore lipstick and had pink fingernails with a Hello Kitty phone.
Irrelevant.
Who did that?
Taylor Williams. Lipstick.
He had lipstick on.
That's
lipstick.
Y'all are tripping. That's a different generation, man. You gotta just
irrelevant.
Just give the kids.
You're not Jalen Green. Jalen Green paints his fingernails and gets busy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Word. Yeah, right. He is not. Oh, Jared McCain from the Sixers. He paints his nails. He don't wear lip gloss. He does all the TikTok dances. Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I heard about him.
That dude is amazing. Caleb Williams, he had the pink fingernails. He don't wear pink fingernails.
Hey, man.
Yeah, but you can't blame the pink fingernails for him being bad if there's people with pink fingernails that are balling out. So
They blue, black, and white. No one wears the pink. You just can't go full retard in the movie. You can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't do it.
And you were worried about a little weed. This dude's over here dropping hard R bombs.
Yeah, well, that's that Tropic Thunder reference. But I also got shades of Killer Mike and LP there for a second because LP has that before they dropped that Run the Jewel shit. I actually got a pretty cool story about Killer Mike from right before that happened.
Yeah, tell it. Yeah.
So, shit, man, this might have been like 2011, 2010. We had a studio over on the far side of town, kind of where I live, like far west side suburb area. And like, he was coming through to do a show or something. So we brought him into the studio to get some verses, which I don't know if they all got released either. And he this was 2010 or 2011. Yeah, he dropped the knowledge about Run the Jewels before it even happened. He was in the studio and he goes, oh man, I don't remember exactly how it came up because we drank a whole bottle of Johnny Walker Blue while he was there, smoked like an ounce of weed. So I have some vague recollections, but we started talking about hip hop and like underground shit, and maybe something came up with LP, and he was like, "Yo, that's my guy," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What are you doing with that dude?" Yo, we got a whole project. Just wait. And I was like, "Nah, you and him." And then he started. He didn't play anything, but the next thing you know, it was like
Run the Jewels.
It was like 2013, maybe. Yeah, it was like 2012, 2013. But that album that released, LP released like his first album in like a really long time, like 4 or 5 years, like maybe 6 months before Run the Jewels popped off. And there was a song called The Full Retard.
Full Retard.
I don't know if you've heard it, but it's
heard the Full Retard, yo.
Yeah.
That's
the reference I get where you're at with the reference.
Yeah. You never go full retard, yo. I think 9 Millies is on that album as well with that sample from Silver Apples, I believe. And painting the toenails? No, it's not. That's way early. Remember the video where LP's painting the girls' toenails, and they got a fake gun, and I don't know. It's so long ago.
No, but I think that album might be what's the one he released before that? Because I think I know what song that is. It's called like. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that up now, but I can't touch it.
We'll go to the Google.
Yeah. We'll go to the Googles later. But yeah, I think I'm off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That was
like 2008, maybe 08.
Okay. MySpace. And you've been doing this for 20 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you've been doing this for 20 years though, bro. You've been at it. You more than 20 years.
Longer. Yeah. 25 almost. 99.
25. Yo, word. Yeah. 99. So you always been Bucky Luger?
Nope. This is a new pseudonym that dropped out in 22, maybe.
Yeah.
Previous pseudonym was Flip Fillmore.
Flip Fillmore.
Yep.
Flip Fillmore.
So I got a whole bunch of production underneath that. I got some rap albums under Flip Fillmore. You can go look that shit up on streaming. I got bars. But that's young Phil. That's young Bucky. Young Bucky. 20s, clouds of smoke and Miller Lights and shit,
Word.
Oh shit.
I mean, I used to DJ. I was like the original DJ for this group called The Crest. That was kind of like hot shit in Wisconsin and Madison back in the day. And like, sorry, I'm kind of.
You're dedicated to your labors.
Concentrating on this. I don't roll a lot of blunts. I don't roll a lot of blunts unless I'm with Vic Spencer down there.
Shout out Vic. Yeah.
I'll just let Vic roll them. Actually, I just had this one and I feel like I need to smoke this while we're on it here.
Yeah, might as well.
So I used to DJ for these dudes and like
the Crest.
Yeah, and you can look them up. They're actually, so I'm doing a project with one of them right now, but they kind of retired a while ago. So they retired like, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago, and one of them came out of retirement, AD. Their Bandcamp site, I'll have to like link you guys the site. It's pretty ill. If you guys look at any of my stuff, like I might have dropped one of the videos that I did for it at the end of the summer on my Instagram. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at the social media and around right now.
Yeah, me either, man. I have to stay on it. You know what I'm saying? Where. You spell Fillmore with a P or a F?
It's FLIP PHILMORE. Yep.
PH. Fillmore. I'm really interested in this right here, man. And you was DJing for the Crest a long time ago when you first started doing it.
Yeah, so caught some tables like probably, I don't know, 99. No, earlier than that, like 97, 98. Because that was kind of the hot shit,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Copped him off a skateboard, buddy. Mm-hmm. And, just kind of got loose and kind of learned how to do all that shit. And then we used to do all these crazy freestyles. So I don't have any of this shit anymore. I wish I did. But, so we used to have these crazy freestyle sessions, like at our spot, like right downtown Madison. And like, it would like pop off. We had the 4-track set up. We had mics. People would come into the spot. We were like 20, like fake ID, kind of like 19, 20, like that age. Because in Wisconsin, we drink. So like you got to have a fake ID. You got to go to the bar, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It's a real culture. Beer is life. Drinking is life up there.
Drinking is
especially
life.
In Madison.
Oh, man. You been up here, Primo?
I have my nephew lives up there. That's where the university is, right?
Yeah.
My nephew lives there.
I'd say like drinking culture has probably settled down somewhat, but I don't know. It's
no, somewhat in Wisconsin.
Maybe I'm just old.
Yeah, I was about to say now you guys are on a sixer of light beers instead of like a 12 pack.
Yeah. Actually, my summer beer was Modelo, so.
See, look at that. Yeah. Madison, Eau Claire, La Crosse.
Oh gosh.
All of those are true drinking towns.
So many wild stories from all those towns and doing so
I believe it.
So like we would tour around with the Crest, like we went, fucking Columbus, Cincinnati, Detroit, Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Like all over the Midwest.
Whole Midwest.
Yeah, whole Midwest. So like I don't know, they just kind of got out of the game, everybody get kids and I just like I can't not make beats. So I've just been in the cut, making stuff. And
understandable.
Now I'm just trying to kind of build a brand, sort of. It's like the longest blunt roll in the world, by the way.
No, it's all right. It adds to the aesthetic. Yeah, it's good. Man, shout out to the Artifacts hat, though. That's a dope Artifacts joint.
Oh, man, I got a track with L coming soon here, too. And Milano Constantine.
Shout out LP.
Oh, Milano
Constantine.
Shout out Milano.
Not LP, El DeSense.
Oh, El DeSense. Pardon me.
Straight up. So we used to, we had, and I say we just because like I was engineering for the project and recording it. My guy Roz, who lives here, he got Tame 1 on a couple of tracks.
Yeah,
right before he passed. But that was it was certainly a struggle to get the verses from him, given his like substance abuse, which is unfortunate. R.I.P. Tame. But that's that old 90s shit. I don't know where you guys are at with your deep cuts, but.
Oh, I dabble. I'm aware of a little.
I didn't know Tame 1 had a substance abuse problem. I just know he died. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh man, you've never listened to Cage is right from New York. Him and Cage have a project called Leak Brothers. That might be the most fucked up shit I've ever heard in my whole life. If you guys are familiar with that,
Leak Brothers,
that shit bangs too. That shit bangs. It's so good.
Check that out.
So good. I would play that like, just like on the regular, like just in the rotation. I could play it in the car if the kids wouldn't, That's not kid friendly. You can't play it in front of kids.
True indeed. Yeah. Like doing the research about you, my guy, I realized that you are a fan of metal. You know what I'm saying? And over here we are fans of metal. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a drummer in a heavy metal band.
Oh, true indeed. What style though?
I like hardcore.
Really difficult to define word.
No, it isn't. You know what it is. Just tell us.
No, because there's elements of thrash, there's elements of death metal, but I would equate us more to like a System of a Down or a Faith No More or
so a little
Mr.
more,
Bungle.
Mr. Bungle. Wow, dropping some gems.
just in the sense that we have a lot of different elements, but nothing that's kind of been out. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this then, from a metal standpoint.
Yeah.
What's your like go-to metal album right now?
Well, right now, because I'm actually producing our first record, I've been listening to a ton of Rick Rubin produced projects. So
what's your favorite metal Rick Rubin produced project?
System of a Down.
Oh, no Slayer in there? No Slayer?
No. I'm a huge fan of Slayer. I mean, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, he's done a ton of stuff, but just as far as the type of kind of ambiance he gives to System of a Down, the way that he mixes their guitars and their bass, I really just, it's something I'm kind of fashioning or using as a guidepost.
Mm-hmm.
So, because this is the first time I've produced a metal record. So,
okay, all right. So as a drummer in the metal band,
yep.
Like what's your go-to kick pedal?
Well, I've got Pearl Double Eliminators.
You got Pearl Double Eliminator? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
My brother is a metal drummer, and one of my other brothers. So I got 3 brothers. One of them doesn't really play too many instruments. But the other 2, one of them's pretty raging on the guitar. And then my other brother, my closest brother, who's like, shit, I don't even know how old they are, by the way. They're probably gonna get if they watch this, they're gonna be pissed. I don't know. I can't do the math on that. He's like 5 years younger, so he's almost 40. But
I'm 51, by the way.
Sure.
So. I like how you said that, like you don't believe it.
No. I mean, that's just what it is these days.
Yeah.
Right? We're all old, and we got the knowledge to bring to the children now.
Yep, and we're still doing it.
My kids are all over Iron Maiden right now.
What pedals does your brother use?
He uses the Pearls too. I'm trying to think of the other one.
What the fuck is Pearls? I don't know what the fuck this is.
Pearl is a brand, a drum brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I've used DW 9000s. Are great.
Yes, that's what they are. DW 9000. Sorry.
Yeah.
Struggling there.
What's the difference?
I mean, there's a lot of differences.
I can play the drum, but I can't play the double kick like that.
I mean, a lot of the things that you're looking for is how the footboard feels on your feet. Is it something that you can heel toe and comfortably kind of, swivel and do different things? The way that the chain drive or direct drive post is and how that feels. And so, yeah, I mean, they have differences.
Fucking
sorry, I gotta turn on my do not disturb. I'm sorry.
It's all up. We ain't seen nothing happen, yo. Hey, yo, boom. I like this old group called Have Heart. Back in the MySpace days, I want to say they got an album called Song Scream with the Sun, and they had a song. They had 2 songs with like the same sun spelled with like sun, S-O-N, and they had the same sun spelled S-U-N, and that's what kind of like.
Is it like a mainstream metal group?
Nah, they was like nah. Then I like Mind Force, of course. Okay. Yeah, Mind Force.
Yeah, I don't get too deep like outside of like the commercial metal. Like my brothers are all into like Gojira and
Gojira is great.
Yeah, Gojira live. I've seen them a couple times and they've ripped. Absolutely mind blowing live.
I saw them open for Behemoth and Job for a Cowboy.
Yep, I think that was a tour.
Right? Hella good names.
Probably saw it too. But yeah, Gojira is. And Mastodon's another good one to see live.
They got this new group called Zulu.
What's the other one?
They got this new group called Zulu. It's a bunch of black kids from Compton.
I think I've seen that.
Zulu.
Actually. I think I saw some of that. That shit came across on TikTok.
Yeah, they're pretty badass. I know a couple guys in the group message don't like those guys though. Like they don't think they're really good. But I like them, man, because their videos are like amazing. Like
the video production could be on point for.
I'll be like, yo, the video's hard as fuck. Like who had Mr. Motherfucker Esquire had great videos.
Whoa.
Pac Div back in the MySpace era. They had great videos. Yeah, like Mibs. Like was probably the best one.
Did you say Mibs?
That's my guy.
Yeah, Mibs is his name. Mibs. You know Primo Jam?
Yeah. I met him actually in Atlanta at an A3C one year. Yeah. We exchanged information. This was back before, I think, right before Instagram and all that type of stuff. So I got his email and all that type of stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah, he was a cool dude.
Yeah, absolutely. They all three was spitting. But yeah, video production can make shit so much better. But yeah, we're well-rounded guys. Boom. I remember also you like the skate videos, got you into hip-hop. Like the mixtape skate videos back in the day. Pat Washington, Stevie Williams. Like seeing them shits, the Wu-Tang guys with their skate videos. Skate videos was like M1 mixtapes before M1 mixtapes. I think skate videos made M1 mixtapes. Made them do that.
That's a good statement, Lukey.
The first shit I ever really got like jacked on when I was like, really got into hip hop, right? Like was the Alcoholics. They had this like section in one of the 411 videos back in the day. And I remember like hearing, so it's a song called All the Way Live. And it's off of this album called Coast to Coast, and I don't know how much you guys fuck with the Alcoholics because they kind of like
love the Alcoholics.
But actually, Tash just
shit. Alcoholic. Okay,
you're not a real alcoholic. You just
the bottle of Glenlivet.
That's just standard Wisconsin water. You know, once you cross the border, they give you a sixer and some liquor. They're like, here, get used to it.
But it's Corbel usually. It'd be Corbel brandy.
Corbel.
They'd be like, hey, have an old fashioned on your way up, and you can drink that in the car. You don't need to worry about getting pulled over.
That's ridiculous.
Your fifth DUI is like that's like usually like your rite of passage. Apparently, I don't know what state y'all live in, but like here they just like it's a couple, and you just like they just take you down to the jail and they just like book you. And then they let you go. Most places most other states, they'll sit you in jail for like 10 days if you're driving drunk.
70, gotta leave through 72 hours.
Wow, where's that? Right. What state is that?
Georgia. You get,
I feel like moonshine's big.
But that you gotta understand, that's like secret drinking. You know what I mean? They have to hide up in the hills, in the South.
Yeah, we're still not legal for weed here.
Teetotalers.
We're not legal for weed either.
Decriminalized.
But you go right across the border down south to Illinois. You can get all the buds you want, man.
Or Missouri too. Missouri as well now.
Minnesota got the drink.
We're surrounded.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by legal weed. But and you want to know, and I won't get into the politics here, but like the reason why Wisconsin will not legalize weed is because of the Tavern League. So
the Tavern League,
y'all can take some time on your own and look that shit up.
Okay.
The Tavern League runs shit in
the Tavern League, huh? Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
Is that like a bar association, but not like for lawyers, but for like bar owners?
I mean, it's like it's pretty much like organized crime. Like that's pretty much what it is.
Okay.
You just wouldn't know that, unless you lived around here. But like the Tavern League is not going to let the grip of, drinking culture release and, slide over to
weed.
Yeah. Anytime soon.
The weed.
No, that makes sense, man.
I have a question for Carl, because Carl probably know this. How much weed can you have here on you before you get arrested? Like I know it's
in Wisconsin.
No, here in Georgia.
Not Missouri. I said Missouri. I'm in Georgia. My bad.
All in Georgia?
I believe it's an ounce.
It's an ounce.
Then you get arrested.
And there again,
anything over an ounce is arrest.
That's the whole state, or is that the county?
That's the whole state.
No, that's
that's the
you
state.
Can have it. You have it
because it's intent to distribute. If you have an ounce or more.
But if you have I think if you have scales and baggies,
Well, yeah,
that's possession with intent. Absolutely.
Or if you have lesser amount, but you have it separated,
bagged up for individual sale.
Like
if you just like keep my weed fresh.
There you go.
Just fresh in the jar, fresh in the bag.
Yeah. Well, if it's in a jar, that's one thing. But if you have it in individual little baggies that have Droopy the dog on them, that's probably not going to be the best.
What if I got like more jars?
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if I got different weed in different jars?
Hey, I got pulled
as
over.
long as it's not an ounce, you'll be okay.
I got pulled over yesterday. For the first time in since 04, 05. He didn't ask me for no. He didn't ask me for no insurance information or registration. He has asked me, was the car registered to you? And then he asked me, do you have any firearms or drugs in the car? So I got a firearm on my person. And he looked at me.
You got it. Conceal and carry, obviously.
We don't have to have concealed carry in Georgia.
Yeah, welcome to the South, man. Yeah. Come on down to Georgia.
Our great
you can't
governor,
drink, but you can have a gun.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I'd rather have you not drink and have a gun than have you drink and have a gun like you can in Wisconsin.
Oh shit!
Ooh. I mean, shit. Like you go,
you're going doing duels and shit, taking 10 steps and blasting and shit.
There's not a lot of rules here.
Word.
Well, there are. They're just they're very flexible, but they're fluid.
Word.
The weed thing is county to county though. So you get outside the county with an ounce, and you're going to go do some time. You get caught in the county like I'm in, or like Milwaukee County or some shit. They don't give a shit about that. You probably have
Waukesha,
loose.
Oh yeah, I read about that. You had a little encounter when they came up on you on the bullshit.
What? Where'd you read about that?
On the interwebs. It might not be true, is it?
Oh, it's true.
Oh, it is?
I got felony distributions. Yep, absolutely.
You say, oh, it's true. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can see cap me. I mean, if you know what that is. I mean, shit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to, but still, yeah. Well,
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I did some time, whatever.
And they took your shit, bro.
But let me just clarify something political, okay? I'm white, and I live in a white dominated county, and I have a pay lawyer, and I have money, and I guess all assurances aside, I'm not going to do the same time you're going to do, Luke.
You're right,
especially in Wisconsin.
Nah, not in my county. I mean,
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of sad, how it's treated, and once again, I don't want to get too political, but
that's why I stay in Atlanta.
I appreciate you acknowledging the reality that exists, man. I mean, it is what it is. You ain't got to go into depth of it, but that's how it is north of the border.
They took your laptops and everything, bro.
Oh, they took everything.
Did they get the laptops back?
Not for years, man. I had to
God dang.
So I actually didn't catch the charges. So they rolled up in the spot heavy too. They rolled up with the SWAT team, right? I don't know if you've ever had the AR-15s pulled on you by the SWAT team.
I've seen them, but I didn't know put on you before.
There's nothing like an AR-15 from one of those cowboys to loosen your bowels up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I heard him breach. Fortunately, the door was open and they didn't crack the door down. But
that's good. I didn't get that fixed too.
Joke,
You thought it was a joke?
I thought it was a joke. I thought some friends were playing a joke. And we were not. We weren't moving super heavy weight, but we were moving some significant weight. And it was enough. It was a felony, but the class of felony it's pretty broad because it runs from 5 pounds to 100 pounds. So that breadth of
you had wiggle room.
Yeah, well, they have wiggle room to charge you. So they came through. They lay your ass out on the ground quick. Actually, if you're smart, you lay your ass out on the ground quick. And I've seen enough cops show us to know how quick to get on the ground. I mean, it's the whole different ball game. When you have the gun pointed at you, it's just it's surreal, very very surreal. So they cuffed us up and they dropped us, and then they tried to get all smart with it, which was kind of funny. They were like, oh, why don't you give us your supplier? Like, it was just like, come on, detective. Like, are we really going to do this? Like, like, what are you guys going to do? So then they tore the spot up. They found some dough. They found some weed. I think it was like 15, 20 pounds, something like that. Not like earth shattering weight, but enough to get you,
fucked up
in trouble.
Yeah, free room and board.
Yeah, free room and board, exactly.
Yeah.
3 hots and a cot, right?
Yeah.
And
a nice trip to college.
Yeah, well, I mean, like there's
vacation.
I've gone in college too. I mean, it's different.
God dang, bro.
I mean, I've been in a couple times, but I mean, it's, I did I think that I was in for like 5 or 6 days before my pay lawyer finally came through and got me out. And actually my pops was he was the only number I could remember off the top of my head. Cause that was right around the time when everybody had like cell phones and just didn't remember the numbers. And, I call up my pops and I was just like, I need you to call this lawyer to do X, Y, and Z. I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to be in here. And he tried to ask a bunch of questions. I was like, I'm not going to talk to you on the jail phone, but
hell no.
And he got it all squared away. And, all them dudes in there thought I was in like mafia or some shit. Cause my dad somehow was like, pops was like passing messages to the jail guards.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. And I was getting weird messages and I was getting weird lawyer visits at weird times. And all the dudes were like, man, you in the mafia. And I was like, no, I don't think that exists. That's exactly what they would say if you in the mafia.
That's what they would say.
Oh, all right. Let's just go back to playing spades in the common room or whatever and just chill. Like I mean, it was kind of whack, but did a little visit there. Then they didn't even charge me for shit. It must have been like 9 to 12 months before the DA even dropped the charge on me.
They dropped it, or they dropped the charge on you?
Yeah, actually,
they dropped it on you. They dropped it on you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
And
Spooky, goddamn it.
Yeah, so I big time lawyer, big family lawyer guy.
So you lost all your beats and you had to start all over again.
All my computers.
Did they take your equipment as well? They took your beat. They just took the PCs.
They took 3 Mac Pro towers out of our studio.
God damn.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff on there. So I didn't get that shit back for almost 3 years.
So you had to start all over.
Somewhat. I had a laptop that they didn't get, but I mean, I'll be honest, I after going back and forth, for a while, just on what we were going to do. Cause we were actually going to take it all the way up to we hired a dude from Texas who was an ex-highway patrol guy. I don't even remember his name, but so Fourth Amendment, once again, try not to get into politics, but Fourth Amendment search and seizure shit is pretty gray. It's more like charcoal. And a dog sniffing your, because that's how they hit. They hit on it. They had a
that's
dog.
arbitrary triggering.
I mean, it's just it's so ridiculous, how they come up with PC for stuff, which it's just you said you got pulled over, Luke. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know what it's like in Atlanta, but man, once again, and not to get too racial or too political, but if you got pulled over and you didn't have that registration or they were asking those kinds of questions, you're coming out of the car up here for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what he wanted.
You're probably getting hooked before they even, and then they're going to try to search your car for some bullshit, and that's just because of the color of your skin.
And I think he wanted my gun. Whenever he got my gun, that's whenever, and they read it and it was clean. It was like, okay, I don't need you anymore. Let's go find somebody else.
Why did they pull you over though? That's the question. So
I was going to turn into the street, but I was over the white line.
Failure to maintain lane.
What kind of dumb shit is that?
It was really stupid, bro. It was really dumb.
That's enough
and my window tint. My window tint too.
Contact.
Yeah, you think that. You think that until you start reading the Fourth Amendment.
Well, that's the way they explain it. Let me put it like that.
Right. Well, yeah. So the police they write that charge up, and then when it gets to court, that's where if you got to pay lawyer, I mean, you're getting that shit thrown out. Like, I mean, it's just like, that's not happening. So we worked this angle with the dog search, and like we were pretty much ready to go. And it was like the middle of summer or some shit. And like my lawyer and the DA, we were in the back of the courtroom. We were going to like introduce the stack. I mean, like literally like this tall, like stack of evidence, like against the search and how it was done. Like all this stuff. And I read through it. It's just crazy. Like I don't want to get into the details, but like, it's all about like how they train the dogs and like, and how it's just kind of bullshit. Because the dog doesn't know what a marijuana is like in comparison to like a treat. It has no idea. Mm-hmm. Like, how does it know that it's an illegal drug? How does it know that there wasn't somebody just didn't have a pepperoni in the car or something, like a pepperoni pizza?
I want it.
Exactly. It's a fucking dog. You see my dog, he has no idea. He just comes over and he's like, "Oh, what do you got?" Like, well, you're not getting it. And so like they got into this like heated argument. It's just in the back of the courtroom, and I know the judge and everybody could hear it. They're yelling at it. I had to separate them. And then I was like, all right, you guys got to walk out or something, like, because this isn't going to work and this isn't going to go well. And then they came back like 20 minutes later, and my lawyer was like, he's going to drop a plea on you. He's like, I suggest you take the plea because either it costs us a whole bunch of money to go to trial or you just got to plead out. And like I was already expecting it. So it is what it was.
Word. It was a good deal though, right? No? Yeah.
Kind of what it was. I think anything from authority, police, any of the, it's just none of that's a good deal.
Okay.
There is nothing that law enforcement does to the general public, unless you're obviously committing a crime, and I would classify that as like a violent crime, like moving some weed around or like smoking weed or like going over the yellow line. Like that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's just a waste of our taxpayer.
That's an infraction. That's not a crime.
Right. Yeah, it's an ordinance violation. And that's how they treat.
There you go. That's the language.
That's how they treat weed now. They say it's an ordinance violation, and they say, you got an ounce, that's cool. You got a quarter pound, that's cool. You got a pound. Here's a $130 ticket,
Yeah, be on your way.
We're gonna take it and go smoke it. Which is probably what's happening.
Hey, yo, low key.
I know a lot of cops. And I know a lot of fucking. They're out there. They're doing it.
Yeah, dead ass. I mean, definitely, man. That's wild, man.
Let's get off this subject. I don't like.
Yeah, I was about to say, fuck all that shit, man.
Yeah,
you're on the free land.
But I was getting to that to get to this point right now. Like, boom, that happened, and you had to restart and do all the beats again. Oh, and that when Flip Fillmore became Bucky Luger. Is that one of the reasons why you changed, or that was way before?
Nah, this was way before. Yeah, like I just kind of got bored with it. It just felt like Flip Phil had kind of like reached a plateau, and like the sounds were changing. This was kind of around like that whole Griselda sort of like reintroduction of like kind of grimy boom bap. I don't even know how to classify that shit now.
That's a good way to classify it. Yeah, grimy boom bap sounds.
And just listening to like the samples I had and like the beats that I had already been making, and then like kind of like getting reintroduced to a new sound. I feel like it was like at the time it was a new sound.
Yes, like kind of sort of.
Like I feel like there was like a weird lag between like 2011, 2012 to like 2015 maybe.
Yeah, mm-hmm. That's what you say.
It's almost like a black hole. I can't think of like any inspirational shit outside of maybe the Run the Jewels stuff, but that lost its allure really quickly when the hipsters got onto it. And I
talked about that all the time.
Oh, I just couldn't fuck with it anymore. I went to one of the shows and I was like, oh my God, this is not the people that I like hang around. They don't know any of the shit that we're all listening to in this, kind of, and I don't want to make it sound like it's some kind of like exclusive club, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just weird.
I know exactly what you're saying, man.
Gatekeeping. Yeah, there we go.
But
yeah.
I like gatekeeping.
Madison is like the king of the gatekeeping scene too. Like it's just amazing. It's an amazing place to try to do live music. Like especially hip hop. They just like they'll take it, it'll go on for a little bit, and then like some incident will happen. the city will shut it down. Nobody will do it for like 2 or 3 years at any venue. Right?
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. It's just like it's happened like over the course of, a quarter century that I've been, like making music. It's just amazing how many times.
And what college is it? What college is it?
University of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
University of Wisconsin. Okay.
The Badgers. That's where you get the whole Bucky thing from,
It seemed like that would be a prime place for people to go to do hip hop music. Like college tours. Yeah.
In the early 2000s, they had a hip hop festival that was like, I mean, it was pretty epic. Like they were doing, but that was also the time of like rhyme sayers.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, that was really, I mean, that lost its allure too, because like in that same time frame, because like the, sorry about that. Like just the crowd that got into it just kind of got, I don't know, old.
Diluted.
Yeah, diluted.
That's you know what I mean? I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're talking about. And that applies to the Run the Jewels. Like it changed, like we were all looking for something. Like you said, we were kind of stumbling around. There were few and far between flashes of things that were really dope and inspiring that you wanted to listen to. And then when you found, like, for example, like when that first Run the Jewels album came out, it was like, yeah, this is great. But you go see them live, and it was like, one.
But
even to the second one.
The show live just, I mean, it blew the lid off the building. It was unreal.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was so good.
But it was like weird.
Yeah, it was almost too good.
Yeah, it just something happened when they started that rise. Like you said, after probably Run the Jewels 3, when they were really starting to become this brand, right? And
like Coachella, you said, once you hit Coachella, it's kind of like it's pretty crazy. But but you could say the same thing for I mean like bigger stage at Coachella, not like
you're right. Yeah, it depends. When you hit that big stage, because I was about to say
when your name is bigger like, on the flyer, right?
Yeah, because like for example, Freddie Gibbs during that same time was making it to Coachella.
Yeah, Freddie Gibbs,
right. Currency did not make it to the big stage, but he was going like these were the names that Action Bronson, all these people were existing in this time that you're talking about. Danny Brown, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that,
like Earl Sweatshirt, like
I was gonna say
Future was heavy during that time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Tyler. So like there are some memorable moments from in there, but they're really like they're diluted for sure. Like
scattered. They're grafted. They're grafted and diluted.
Some of that stuff is not for us.
It's weird
for us. The 40 and over
that's
crowd,
exactly what we're talking about.
Earl's not for us.
It ain't even an age thing, Lukey. It's more of
it's a sound.
It was a sound. Yeah, it was they were watering down the sound to make it a kind of crossover, utilitarian, embracing everything type of
I mean
thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there should be some kind of a word for that for sure, right?
Yeah, like, you understand? I'm trying to find it, but you know what I mean.
Tyler's last album was like that. Like the one he just released it was brutally like that. It was horrible.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I hear everybody's talking about it's good. That chromacopia, whatever. I ain't playing that bullshit.
I played it once. Playing that shit. I like Igor though. I love Igor. Igor's one of my favorite albums.
Sure.
I liked it. I don't know why. I don't like the chromacopia as much as Igor.
Because the sound wasn't diluted at that point. It was really like it was more or less innovative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like now we're crossing a bridge at this point where it's like, is this whole like sound diluted? And like who's next and what gear? Like how do we shift gears?
I know how we shift gears. Yeah. People not going to the same motherfucking little corner on cubbyhole to sample the same goddamn shit. Like they need to sample different genres of music.
Do you feel like that's
not the problem?
No, but do you feel like that's like what makes it stagnate? Where it reaches that plateau and then it hits that point and it's like everybody's using soul samples it's more or less how you flip them, man. You go through,
definitely
correct.
You go through TikTok, right? So you go through TikTok and like your algorithm changes on a daily basis based on like how long you're sitting on something, right? So if you're like lately, sorry, If you stop on like one of those, beat making videos, and that's why like I don't like when I put out, like I put a couple videos out in the last few days that I just kind of made. And like, I don't like the ones where I do, but I don't like where you just like got a camera and it just stays there and there's no editing. Like it's kind of cool, but it's like, we've got a lot of tools on our hands. Like we pretty much do whatever we want at this point.
Put a little production into
make it a little more creative. There's a lot of people doing some creative shit.
Do you think your metal like background and skating background helps you with making slappers for yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think that's what gives you a slight edge?
I think so. I think, you get, there's different like levels of emotions that you get going through. I don't know, it could be samples or just like in the car listening to music, like flipping through shit. And it's like when you get onto that same kind of like algorithm on like Spotify or Apple Music that like is just dumping you the same like 100 songs or 50 songs. Every time you turn it on, it's like, what do you do? I mean, I just discovered lately TikTok has kind of been the spot though for like new artists. And I wonder if they're going to get banned.
Yeah, they're getting banned.
Well,
I hope so.
Really?
I hate TikTok.
What? Okay.
I think TikTok is a tool of oppression and brainwash for our youth, and it's absolutely, it has some good to it, but I think it's pretty much a tool of nothingness. It's idle time and bullshit, easily accessible bullshit. And it has nothing of that. It has nothing of value. Doesn't matter about the algorithm. And for example, you can see in China, for example, their TikTok, their algorithms are set to learning math, learning science, learning how to do things, right? Their fashion and humor and joke type stuff is a very small percentage of it. But here in the West, UK, Canada, the Americas, Australia, it's more geared towards buffoonery and leisure time stuff and nothing of value.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say nothing of value, but like I was saying, I discovered a new artist, right? Like, so just flipping through last night and, just kind of a pop alternative, kind of like just something new, somebody I hadn't seen before. And they were, like some like kind of alternative, not like emo, but like alternative, sort of poppy. But I dug it. I added it to one of my libraries somewhere, and Apple Music, I think, because that's the one the kids kind of like listen to. My kids, they kind of like their playlists are in my. Which if you got kids, fuck up your algorithm, something awful too. So I just like I resolved to just like switch streaming services. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna start using Tidal for like more hip hop and like.
Good. That's good. Yeah. My stuff is gonna be over here, and that stuff's gonna be on Spotify. Thank you.
So pro tip there.
Pro tip.
So I mean, you could. I don't like Spotify's UI, so I kind of just steer clear of that.
What does UI mean?
The user interface.
Oh.
Should
have waited to ask Carl after we got off here. Hey, what do I
mean? And so that whole experience of like discovering that artist, and then so like I played it in the car because I remembered like, so getting the kid off to school at like 7:45, 8 o'clock something, and turn on the truck and like that song popped up right away because I've been listening to it earlier. And so I ran it back and she was like, what was this? Or what's this? And I was like, oh, well, this is just something I just discovered. And she's like, ooh, I like this. Add this to my playlist. So it does somewhat like there is some value there. I understand what you're saying, Primo, with like I'm
a little militant sometimes.
No, it's totally it's a totally acceptable opinion, I think. And it's relevant, in so many ways. You talk about like, I'm gonna get like tangent off into like politics and whatnot. If you spur more creative output, I guess you get more creators.
Yes,
that's real.
I will say this as well, because I've heard that about TikTok and the fact that it's a plan by the Chinese government, and I'm going to say that we do the same with all social media. Your algorithm on TikTok, because I have it, isn't much different than your algorithm on IG, and it's because it's what you're consuming and choose to consume. So if you're constantly looking at animal attack videos, they're going to keep feeding you animal attack videos. If you're looking for math and science stuff and you're watching that stuff, if that's what you're searching for, then that's what it's going to feed you.
Right. And so they that there's some underlying things there too that could be utilized in a format for what Primo's saying too, with like the kids kind of get drawn into this, and it's like, why, if they're drawn into it, why don't we teach from it? That's
correct.
That's a really
correct.
That's a really prolific point there to actually kind of take something that you're saying is affecting maybe you specifically adversely or people around you, and to see other people's opinions and say, hey, it could be used like this, or this is how I use it. So Carl was saying the algorithms, but the AI is choosing a lot of the algorithms now. They're now filtering content through the AI and the AI engines, and those chips are going to change how our algorithms start to show up. Because even as I take my title and only do things over here, I take my Instagram in the same way that I do separated from TikTok and look at this stuff here. Maybe that's just me, but separating those two algorithms and not sharing the data between them makes a big difference on how you see things on each platform. So then you're not so watered down.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, the only thing I really want to piggyback off that and say is manipulation is the key word, whether it's for good, evil, or gray, indifference. It's still some charcoal. It's still somebody has somewhere understood that I can utilize this as a tool to deliver information, deliver images, deliver music, whatever the case is, which can have a message either benign or evil or whatever embedded in it. And I know how to utilize it that way. I'm not saying TikTok's the only one, because as we've all found out, Facebook is the same thing. As we've all found out, which is Instagram.
Which is Meta.
Let's go back before that. As we found out that TV, the medium in general is, right, any broadcast medium has been co-opted and turned into these things. And we ain't gonna go deep into politics, but I'm just saying, I feel like
we're all up in there now.
Yeah. I mean, when we're just talking about, this is hip hop, man. I mean, that's why hip hop was co-opted in the later years that we're in right now, and dumbed down and watered down, because people were having these conversations and sparking these conversations based off of thinking and knowing that there were ulterior motives behind certain things being able to be released or being said, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's just being mindful of that. That's why I'm like, hey, I don't care if they ban TikTok. I don't give a fuck. I don't think that creators on TikTok are going to lose a bunch of money. Just go to another platform. You'll be fine. If you were really good like that, you're going to make money wherever you're at. And, hey, whatever. Kids, I want kids to go back outside and play. Although, maybe in another strange twist of fate, TikTok was keeping the kids out of trouble from going outside, and then now we're going to have roving gangs of youth running the streets, with nothing better to do because they're not occupied doing harassing TikTok dances.
Well, there you go. So you kind of brought it back full circle to your childhood.
I don't know.
Right?
Full circle. Yeah, we do that sometimes.
I know. That's why we put those skateboards. Shit.
Skateboards. Yeah, skate. Yeah. Whoa. So you've been skating all your
baby.
Yeah, you've been skating all your life, huh?
No, probably.
Yeah, 8 years old. Eight years old. That means all your life. Whenever you're able to,
for real skateboarding, probably middle school, maybe.
Oh yeah.
No,
definitely.
And we got a ramp. That's pretty sick.
That's what's up, man.
And I'm on the public skate park committee here.
Oh, that's dope. See, that's what's up.
We try to. It's crazy because like we're just going right back into fucking politics again. God damn it!
It's life, man. It's life. It is what it is.
Though it's got to be more chill than that. And like locally, they had some referendum. The city. So we built a park in like 2015. So it was almost like 10 years ago, and like we should have had another one by now, given the trend that.
Yeah,
so much has been built. Yeah, everybody's skating. There's so much been built. I mean, it's easily the most utilized like public space in the city, like hands down. On any given day. And I mean, Madison's not a small area. It's probably like 500,000, in the greater area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and there's lots of them around in all the little communities, and like there's no reason why we shouldn't, have more. And it turned out that like, like during COVID, we don't have any money. Like, okay. Like I kind of hear that. Like then the next year, like we don't have any money, and then the next year, it just filtered like that for a while, and then we kind of had to do our own DIY thing. I don't want to. I'm making a long story like really short here. And during this last cycle of elections, there's a referendum on the ballot to like move some money around in the city because the city was at a at a deficit. They were operating at a deficit. And then so they won that, they got their new tax money, and then they came out like 60 days, maybe 45 days later after the election, after they got their money, and said like, oh, whoops, we made a mistake. We have $25 million extra left over from last
What?
So it's just like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, are you serious? You guys just like found 25 million? You just
laying around
that off the books in the budget? Like,
who the fuck is y'all accounting?
Seriously, like,
you know what I mean? That's insanity.
That is pure insanity. So like, you just bilked us out of like 45 million, and then you took another 25.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we get a tax rebate for that? Oh no, we can't do that. Yeah,
Hell
exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Watch that property tax climb. Holy shit.
Oh yeah,
man.
So they're gonna build another skate park with that money, or
they ain't gonna do shit. With
they ain't gonna do nothing with it.
No, they're just gonna make the public committee, just like do all the work and fund the project themselves, just like any other DIY. Mm-hmm. So it just I don't know.
Yeah. Well, look, man. Hey, I don't
you can skate that spot though.
That's good. I as much as you hate politics, here's one thing I would like to offer. It takes a person to be the change that they want to see. So if you hadn't got involved in the first place, building that first skate park, there wouldn't be a skate park in general. This wouldn't even be a conversation. So you can't get too discouraged. Unfortunately, when you look into the abyss, sometimes you get sucked into the abyss. But you don't seem like you're gonna turn into a scumbag politician one day. So just
good. Thanks for the feedback on that.
You know what I mean? Stay arm's length. Stay arm's length from the fuck shit, and work with your heart, work towards your heart, and do what you can. Make the efforts that you can. That's all you can. That's all you can do.
Ultimately, I just want to see the kids have
that's what I'm saying.
Cool shit to do,
Yeah.
That way they can go outside with a purpose. You know?
Somebody has to be that person, man. Somebody has to be that person, man. So yeah, keep doing that.
And so won't be a Kia boy.
Yeah, so they won't be fucking Kia boys. Oh shit! Yeah. You don't know, Lukey. Hey man, fuck all that bullshit, man. I want to talk about music because again, I don't know if you're familiar. Like sometimes we do music on this. We talk about music and shit on here.
Yeah,
again, man. Yo, let's start with Predator. All right, let's start with Predator. Tell me your feelings about Predator now. It's what, 6 years later, 7 years later, right? From Predator?
No, it's not that long. It's like 4. It's been like 2
3 I thought it came out in 2018. Maybe I'm thinking of a different date.
2022.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, so 3 years later. It's 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay.
I have no idea what I'm sitting on right now. Oh my god.
Well, the reason I ask about it is because you had a young hungry spitter on there by the name of Danielson and his man Cypher Soze. And that was like, I think right after they were doing Physics of Filth and all that type of stuff. Like that was
oh my God.
right on the when they were like busting on the scene. How did you like have your ears to the ground to find them and work with them and everything?
Yeah, so like back to kind of like that dark time period where things just weren't hitting. Like I think it was Static Selecta that I found.
Okay.
I think Danielson had a feature on there. I don't know. That's where I stumbled on some of those Griselda guys with Static Selecta's mixtapes. So like that's
yeah.
And then like I started hearing more and more of them. And then I feel like Danielson was on Static Selecta, but I don't know which one it was. But yeah, somehow that came across. I don't quite remember exactly why or how.
Yeah.
But
you just knew.
Yeah.
That was him.
Well, Danielson just has that sound, man.
Undeniable.
Yeah. Oh, dude. He's just like, what was that shit? They dropped that shit over the summer. He had a couple of different bombs over the summer.
Yeah, the Bushman joint.
Oh, dude.
Bushman Bodega, Hairbrain Schemes,
Northside.
The single that him and Future Wave dropped for the for their album.
Bushman Bodega, yeah.
But what was the single though?
They did a video for it.
I forget.
I'll tell you right now. I think. Let me see.
Yeah, I'd look it up, but I'm pretty high.
Don't worry, man. We got the Googles right here, man.
I remember the first time. I remember the first time I heard Pressure Cooker by them two, Future Wave and Danielson, and I was scared.
Yeah,
I was looking around like this, like what the fuck is this?
Right,
Stone Cold
type of shit. Yeah, Stone Cold. Yeah, but yeah,
that song.
Yeah, that was the name of the single, Stone Cold.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Hold on.
Oh, here we go. See, but yeah, man, shout out Danielson, man. You know,
we got.
We're part of his fan club unapologetically. You know what I mean? Like he's one of those dudes that really be spitting on
No Man's Land.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That shit was that was like when that shit dropped, I just banged that like 50 times in a row. That shit was so good. Land,
yep.
Oh my God. And then he had another one with the other dude up there.
Finn.
Yeah, with Finn.
Raspresso.
Yeah, just the one with Finn, he had another single he dropped on that one, and that was just as good. And it was just like I don't even know. Hairbrain Schemes, yeah.
Hairbrain Schemes, yeah.
One of the dopest albums in 2024.
The Court Lag Chemist, that shit.
Yep.
It's so good. It's so fucking hard. And like I know you guys are talking about like not playing shit, and I can't really play stuff because like the kids are sleeping. Well, the kids are sleeping, so I can't really like bang out, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
But like some of the shit that I got with like right now, it's like Danielson. And we've been working on shit for a long time. Like it's just kind of like we don't quite line up like with schedules and like he's really detailed with picking beats. Mm-hmm. So I mean he goes through quite a few like folders and reels before he lands on one, which I don't know, like I mean maybe he just has so much heat that like comes across his desk and he's just like, fuck, what do I do with all this? I mean it's just like I don't know. I think there's 7 tracks that we've got so far, and we're supposed to do like maybe one or two more.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's just it's all just bangers.
Every single one. For 2025, yo. So we close to getting
to that point. So I got
Bucky son.
Say again?
Getting that Bucky son soon.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We haven't talked about like what to call it, but yeah. So back to your point about how I just like linked up with these dudes. I think I linked up with them on like IG or Twitter.
Nice.
Just I'll just go out, you know. So I understand how this works. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. People want to get paid. It's business, and you want to get paid. So like, you got to go pay these guys if you want to work with them. People don't just like come to you, especially if you're unknown, and they don't just go, hey, like, let me see some of those beats, unless you get dropped into their algorithm. And this was kind of back to my point is like, just you get like one dude who's like, it's pretty good, you know. But it's so filtered down. Like everybody's got like the same video of like the finger drumming, and like it feels like it's been going for 15 years.
Fisher Price beat making.
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of like that. It's just like I don't know. I don't think I have the same sound as that. but
you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You have a polished cinematic.
That's a good way.
You know what I mean? Type of sound, a very big. I want to say visualizing type sound. You know what I mean? Like the for example, the first song on the Don't Feed the Animals, the joint Pro Dillinger, Life. Like that beat. That beat, I think, is exactly what I'm talking about if we're going to define kind of a good idea of the visual, the scope of your sound, right? It's a good example, in my opinion.
It's vision inspiring.
Yes.
Yeah, but it sounds big. It takes it fills a room. It's full. There you go. It's a full substantive type layered sound. You know what I mean?
Okay. But do you get the feels from it? That's the real question.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Because it to me, that's where I'm talking about. It fills the room, and around the edges, you have that feeling to it. Like there's enough layering of sound in there, if that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. You feel it.
It does from that standpoint. I don't know if I can describe that feeling like that. Like when
it's dynamic.
Yeah, the dynamic.
Thank you. That's the word.
That's part of it.
I was thinking you were going to get to it. I didn't want to step on you.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't word so good, man. I talk a lot, but I don't word so good.
But are the dynamics of what's giving you the feels, or is it like, also like, the words, like how the drops go, like all that
way you drop the sample.
It's the production
the
of
mixing. Some music feels hollow. Like some.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter how good. Doesn't matter how good. Yeah. Doesn't matter how good someone's rapping sometimes. If the music is not properly recorded and not properly mastered, if you're not
mixed.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the mix don't even got to be that good. Sometimes there has to be some kind of theatrics to it. I know Doom didn't have no ad-libs sometimes with the way he said stuff.
There's so many dudes who just send like the verse.
Yeah.
I mean, case in point, just finished up a project with RJ Payne.
Nice. Shout out RJ.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like that might be the first thing that I released this year. Oh man, that's
tough, huh?
Okay.
So I'll just put a little into it. Like he's really good. He's a really good like storyteller, rapper, crafting. Like he's really crafty at like how he writes his bars, and he can paint a really good picture. And so like he came back real quick on a whole, like, I think he maybe got 10 total beats for 5. So he was looking for 5 and he had 10 total and he pulled 5 out. And then he took this whole concept. I don't know if he was watching the movie or what, but They Live. You guys familiar with John Carpenter?
The greatest documentary ever created.
Roddy Piper.
Yes. I like that. So it's completely geared, like his whole entire concept is all around. It's just the whole thing.
Nice. Okay.
It's 5 songs of the whole thing. We just finished up the artwork. By my guy, shout out Dana Kappa. So if anybody's familiar with Milwaukee, Rusty Peas, no, nothing. Yeah, that's pretty deep. That's deep. For you cats out there. Milwaukee has a pretty like storied hip hop scene. So yeah, my guy out there, Dana, he does. He did the artwork for it. He just dropped it to me yesterday. And so, yeah, that's
sick.
So it's coming.
I mean, it's pretty close. Man, I wish we could just play some shit.
It's all right. It's all right. Let the people wonder. Let them wonder. Yeah. It's okay.
Man, what else we have coming for 2025 for Bucky Luger?
Okay. Let's see. Vic Spencer, we got a whole album. He banged.
I was going to ask about that. That's good. That's good.
Oh my God. It's called Interstate Potluck.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean that. Let's see. I'm gonna name drop. Is that all right? Can I do some name drop?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Go for it. Do your thing.
Features on there are Flea Lord.
Okay.
38 Specials on there.
Okay.
Sorry, man, I should know this off the top of my head. I just don't.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it could be.
It's a good problem to have, man. It's all right. Take your time. Build the anticipation.
Let's see. God, these are all so good. Holy shit. I just haven't listened to these in a while.
I'm just glad that you got another one coming with Vic Spencer, man, because that's y'all sound together. That's it goes good together. It's very good. It fits his style very well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least the songs that y'all have made together thus far. It's like that joint on again on Don't Feed the Animals. That's a great Vic Spencer song.
Yep. Oh man.
You know what I mean? While we're still on Don't Feed the Animals, before you reveal your Vic Spencer playlist, I really got to give you a shout out for the Once Upon a Nine. That was one of my top 10 played songs of 2024.
Really? That's sick, dude. Thanks. That's
you and Jamal Gasol and Pro. Like, I mean, Pro was in rare form on that whole album. We talked about it.
Yeah,
but,
I listened to him on your podcast. I was like, damn, dude, like he's he's got it going on right now. Or 24 was definitely like popping off.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. You set the bar, and it's like, as I'm a little worried about setting the bar sometimes because
you shouldn't
trip over the bar. After you set the bar, you look like an idiot. But I just don't see that happening.
I don't think that's in your cards, my friend.
No.
So did you have those names pulled up?
I know it's Flea Lord and 38 Special. It's not labeled in there right now for some reason.
Okay.
Oh no!
How many songs is it going to be?
It's 11 or it's 10 or 11.
Nice. Ooh, okay. All right. That's cool.
It's a perfect length. Pause.
Yep.
Interstate. Oh, that is a good pause. Luke.
That is a good
Interstate Potluck.
Yeah.
Shout out Vic. Now Vic Spencer was going crazy in 2024 too.
He had a fantastic year.
He really did, and he went extra hard at the end of the year. So this would be great to be, taking over 25.
We're looking at kind of spring because of the tone of it. It kind of matches a little bit more warm weather with the videos that were shot so far. So, we got this old school Corvette for one of the videos. And
oh shit! That's right, because you just drive the highway to Vic Spencer.
Yeah, well, he almost lives in Indiana.
A little trip.
He's down there. But he lives in a nice neighborhood, and he's always got something going on.
He irons his socks.
What's to say that again?
He irons his socks.
Yep.
That shit is wild as fuck. Yeah,
bro. He get on the roll train with that guy and just like can't keep up with him, man.
Yeah. What up?
Bro, you get blowed. You just get down there, and the next thing you know, you're just sitting in the car looking out the window.
Oh yeah, he smoked out West Side Gun. He smoked out West Side Gun. I remember he had a video on IG. And West Side Gun was smoked out his mom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit was funny as fuck, man.
And I'm gonna drop another name, but
here we go.
Clyde Stubblefield, you know who that is?
I've heard that name before.
I think it's a wonderful name.
Clyde Stubblefield is he's the original funky drummer,
So the real Clyde Stubblefield.
That's why in James Brown's band.
Right. So like this is such a stupid story, but it's so funny. And we actually had this on video, and I'm really disappointed. It got stolen. So this is like back in the early 2000s. Clyde is from Madison, right? And so Clyde, somehow we linked up with somebody where he was like on shows with us, and he would just have his drum kit, and he would just rip off beats over the top of everybody spinning, and all the rappers, and it was great. You like freestyle cut sessions with him and stuff, and he had his own cool night and everything going on. Like at one of the clubs in Madison, and this was like prior to some of that, and he came to like our college house like right before we went and all did a show together, and we got him so fucking ripped on some bunkers. He was so toasted for just the whole night, just so gone, and this was before we even did the show too, right, and he was just lit. And he just spent, the next 4 hours with this big smile on his face on the drum kit, just hitting it all. Next, drop it. So
that's legendary.
Dude,
that's
legendary
dope.
shit. And it was cool to be able to do some of that way back in the day. You just don't really at the time, you didn't realize how special that was. And he's since passed, but there's a lot of them that we did, and I wasn't it was just like a lot, like everybody in the music scene in Madison. He was just like, he had like 2 or 3 nights a week that he was just like playing out, with like bands and like different things, just doing stuff like that. And it was just like all over, and it was a lot of fun.
You still got those drums? Man. You still got those drums?
Somewhere? It wasn't his drums.
Yeah. I thought you were recording the drum. I thought you were recording the drums.
This is live. This was like actually live show.
Yeah. I thought you were recording. I thought you were recording them. I was like, yo, I got the Clyde drums, double two drums.
We had a video of him from like, it was like 2000 or 2001, just taking this massive bong rip and just coughing his brains out. And just laughing so hard for like a minute and a half, and the whole room was just busting up because he was coughing so hard from the bong rip, and he was so high for the whole. It was so great. It was
awesome.
He was happy, yo. Yeah, man.
This is like how he was too, but it was when he, and then later on, like at other shows, you'd see him and he'd be like, "Hey man, you're gonna go downstairs in the green room and just be like, all right,
let's do it. This is how we do it." Yeah. Bro. Carl, what we got, bro?
So I'm curious, because you've been doing it as long as you have. The technology's changed so much. Give us like a pro and con to recording and producing back then and now. Because I see you've got the reel-to-reel back there, was kind of why. Because I've had a reel-to-reel, not one that nice, but it's just interesting that you've got the old school.
Yeah, I mean it's cool to sample it. Actually, the monitor and the phone are sitting on a tape deck too.
Nice.
Because like I think tapes are,
I love tapes.
Here's another Vic Spencer thing. Like he sits in his garage. You've seen his pictures of him in the garage, yeah. And like he's just got like this stack, like the the big speakers like on the bottom, and it's just like one of those like cheap, shitty ones from like, whatever, Circuit City or whatever in like 2001. It's just this big stack. And he's just got like tapes and CDs of himself.
Like the Case Logic stands and shit that they used to have.
Yeah, he's got that, but he's got them all over the place too, like just spread out all over in his garage. It looks like a kid's bedroom, It's like from back then. There's like figures, and he's popping the tapes in. He's got just like he's got so many recordings. It's just so funny to like sit there and listen to all that shit.
It's dope.
That's what we used to do back in the early 2000s, like with Clyde, is we had all this shit recorded all the time. It was either audio or it was like video. And I think most of the video got stolen from like that time period.
Like, I wonder, you don't know who stole that shit?
We were in Detroit or Cincinnati or something, and somebody just busted into the truck and just took it, Yeah, I mean, we used to go to Scribble Jam back in the day.
That's Scribble Jam.
Hell yeah.
Scribble Jam still take place?
Nah, but they're doing a documentary about it. I saw that. I don't know how far along they are.
You know what? I think they're trying to bring it back like 5-6 years ago.
Recently they were trying to bring it back.
I think it failed. Man. Yeah, but Scribble Jam was a big deal for a while.
That was a whole, a whole thing about like battling and like, that whole culture just is different, That was before YouTube is even a thing,
Mm-hmm. So indeed, the tapes. You had the tapes though. You had the VH cassette tapes. You popped in. You set around a TV.
Yeah, like the high 8s or the DV mini DV tapes, or the audio tapes too. The cassettes. So
indeed, and we used
a lot more CD recording back then.
So you had the video camera that had just the VH cassette tape there inside that shit. And you just videotape that shit and just pop it right in.
Right, but they were high 8s though. It wasn't that far back. Like the technology changed like between the VHS, like the big, on your shoulder, and then
the little cassette
to the smaller cassette D8s. Yeah.
And then so you get the high 8. So like the high 8 shit's pretty tight too, like super 8mm. Mm-hmm. I actually got a buddy up here who's supposed to be shooting. We were gonna shoot another video for the Interstate Potluck on the Super 8, which is like 16mm or 8mm.
Yeah,
it's like super like film grimy film quality. I'm not even sure how to explain it. We just haven't done it yet, just because like the winter takes over and you can't really shoot much video around here.
Yeah,
that's wild, man.
Yeah, it's dark during the day. There's no sunshine.
No,
ain't no sunshine anymore.
No, my kid today. One of my kids today was just like, "Dad, when is it going to be summer?" And I was like, "It just turned."
How old? How old are the two babies? How old are the two babies? 7
and almost 4 right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one almost 4 as well, yo. Almost 4. She looks like she's 5 though, man. She's tall, man. Hope she gonna get to be 6'8".
Really?
I hope not. Yeah, she wears 5T now. 5T.
Wow.
And she's 3. Yeah. So she has long legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm about 6'1". Her mom's like 5'10". So we're not hoping for 6'8".
5'6" on a good day. So shit, my kid do little stumpy shorts.
What up?
They're good shit, man. You know, it's definitely a blessing to have kids that are as good as they are. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Dead ass, man. Even when they're bad, they're good. Like compared to kids, y'all understand that?
Yeah.
Sometimes my kid is bad, but she's still good compared to a lot of kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ain't little shit. Pretty much, what else we got?
Real quick, man. Number one, I want to shout you out again, for the sound, owning this sound that you created.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, man, I mean, every year you pop up and you got this sound is still there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, working with Tragedy. Like,
Tragedy,
Gaddafi.
It's everybody get all excited about that. That's just one of those verses that came in one of those packs that you can buy, you know?
Oh, really?
Hell yeah.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I was just using that as an example to lead me to what I was going to ask.
Okay, sorry.
So no, it's cool. It's cool.
Secrets of the industry,
because it was dope though. It was dope. And not only that, it came in that same era of you doing singles, like because all you had been doing was singles, right? Until Don't Feed the Animals, and then after that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why it stands out like that. But I say all that to say
part of that is I know we were gonna release, so I'm just like, you know, putting stuff out. So I just have stuff with people on deck right now.
Okay.
And so I don't mean to make that sound like, you know, cloudy or something, but like it's just I've got like a couple of tracks with like Estee Knack that haven't been released yet. I mean, I'm just saying I can just keep name dropping. Like there's a dude I'm fucking with.
You can do that.
UK again. This dude Ramson.
Ramson?
Yeah, Ramson Bad Bones.
Ramson Bad Bones?
Yeah, these dudes are just like the dudes in the UK are just like a whole different level too. It's just like it's crazy.
Yeah, they'll stab you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean like on rap.
I was joking, Bucky.
These dudes might stab you.
True. They got knives. They don't got guns over there, yo.
That's true, yeah.
It's too much work stabbing somebody.
Well, so look, here the question I was going to ask is, what are your like 5 discoveries now? Give me like 5 artists that you want to work with or that you're just keeping an eye on. Since you have, you know, I mean, like I said, you have the knowledge, you've been around, you've seen this new cycle evolve. Mm-hmm. Who are you looking forward to hearing from? Who are you looking forward to work with? Give me 5 names.
What up?
5 total names? Shit.
Or, I mean, if you want to go over, you can do it.
You can give us 5 first names if you prefer.
I see what you did there,
Lungs. Carl. I do
Lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah. From New York?
Yeah. He looks like he hasn't slept in like 3 weeks, you know, and like
real disheveled, disheveled looking.
I don't know if disheveled look. He just looks like he hasn't slept in a few weeks. He's been doing a few too many coffees or something, you know.
That's what I'm about to say. He looks like he chain smokes.
Yeah, a little chain smoking in there. He's a couple of heaters.
He's a New Yorker, man.
What does Long smoke? What kind of cigarettes is Long smoking?
Oh man, Marlboro Reds.
Virginia.
Nah,
yeah,
he's a camel dude.
You think he's like a non-filtered camel dude or like camel?
I was gonna nope. If he's a camel dude, he's one of those. Nope. He's one of those
the crush.
the filtered, the crush.
Come on,
Camel Crush.
Now you're questioning his manhood. What is that?
I'm sorry. He might be trying to diss him like that.
He might be an American Spirits guy.
There you go. That's a fair middle ground. You know what? Yeah.
He seems like a guy who would tear a cigarette off.
Fair enough.
And
he chain smokes American Spirits, though.
Yeah, there you go.
That is.
I'm taking all of this very personally at the moment as I light up another cigarette. By the way, that I roll myself.
No, but it's the aesthetic that we're talking about with lungs. I get what you're saying. He looks like he's just been on a 73-hour shift doing something
at the oil rigs.
And then he decides he wants to rhyme. No, not even at the oil rigs. Like he's been doing some sort of city job. You know what I mean? Like an urban person's job.
We gotta find out what the fuck going on with lungs.
So lungs would be sick.
That'd be dope. Okay, lungs would be good over there. Very dynamic spitter. Very energetic.
I'd like to see Quell from
Chris
Cats.
Oh, typical Cats. Typical from Orlando.
No, he's from Chicago.
Oh, typical Cats.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
Typical Cats. They was based in Florida, right? That's a long time ago. They still rap.
Yeah, they do.
They're not from Orlando.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get another drink. Hold on a second.
Okay.
See, the drove him to drinking.
Hey, typical Cats was they were popping during that MySpace era type stuff. Typical Cats.
Typical Cats, huh?
Yeah, Typical Cats. Yeah, they was a big deal. They was doing on tour. But I thought they stopped rapping.
I mean, maybe it's a different group. I mean, they don't own the
it's
name.
them because they got the Asian dude. I met the Asian dude in Orlando. Maybe that's the reason why I thought they were from Orlando. So I met them. Kane, somebody else.
Dennis and Kane, yeah.
Yeah. Dennis and Kane, yeah.
Moleman. Like the
Mole.
Oh, the Moleman, from the crib from Chicago.
I must have met them in Orlando. Okay,
Juice.
Yeah. 2001.
Well, he's not part of Typical Cats, but he always.
No, we're just talking about Chicago underground at this point.
Juice
he's a legend,
bro. Yeah, this is definitely.
If I could pull Quell, and so like, I don't remember how I got at him somewhere. He goes on Facebook. That's a crazy place to go right now.
It is.
So he was on Facebook and he posted that he wanted to hear some beats, and I sent him a bunch of beats, and he was all jacked, but then he just kind of went. He went away. In dark territory, yeah. So Quell would be dope.
Yeah, he's not really rapping no more. Dang, I thought you were gonna tell me they would start rapping again.
No. And this is straight up from IG, from Nightwalker. You know who Nightwalker is in Chicago? Primo might know who he is.
The name sounds familiar.
So, yeah,
we'll look him up. We'll Google him.
Nightwalker. He said he was working on a whole album with those guys.
This is what year? This is last
legit, like within the last 3 days.
Really?
It is January 7th. He posted that shit on his IG. Like, you could probably go back and look at the video.
Okay. That is, they haven't did anything since 2012.
Right. It's been a minute. Quell and Maker dropped some shit in like 2012.
Wow. Okay. So that if y'all out there y'all know, like Typical Cats, they were spitting.
Oh yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
That's classic. That's classic stuff.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm and I kind of like went back to some of these dudes. I know I got lines to Tree Mason.
So shit, yeah. The church.
Shout out Tree.
Yeah. So we've talked about it, but we just haven't. Things just kind of like, it's hard to keep up sometimes with the amount of stuff, like with 9 to 5 type stuff, and then you're dealing with I really only get a chance to like work on some shit like after 9 o'clock from like 9 to 10, like 9 to 10.
Yeah, got to get it in.
That's real. That's dad life. That sounds accurate.
Out in like 20 minutes, real quick. Got to get it wild quick.
Oh, I get it now. I get it. Because I was reading, you said you like to make beats quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And get them out the way. That's one.
We were talking about the technology earlier. I never answered that question too. Sorry.
Oh wow, yeah. Let's get that one out of the way too.
I got it. So, like, sampling from a record is cool, right? Like, that's great. But dad life does not like sampling from a record, right? That takes a lot of time. Right. So in the age of, all of this stuff, I mean, she go sample off of TikTok, man. There's sample like accounts. They just like put their samples up and they're like, duet this. And you're like, wow, awesome. Let's get this going. You got the rights to this or what? Like, should I put this on my publishing? Like, what do you want to do? The access that we have right now with like the tools that we have now is unmatched. It is absolutely, it's so overwhelming to open up your plugins, right? Like just open your fucking plugins up and you have 9,000 plugins. Where do you even start with that?
Yeah, that's real.
And like all these things are like offering subscriptions now because like cloud computing is really cheaper and cheaper and cheaper because we keep putting up these giant data centers that require all this AI and like it's just
all this water.
It's the advancement from like having to take this thing, check this shit from like, oh shit. Look at this fucking thing.
It's beautiful.
Huge.
This is a Yamaha SU700. This was like a
Yamaha. What? Say it again.
SU700.
Yamaha SU700.
SU700.
Right. You see that shit?
Yeah.
Try to put it in the frame there.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's dead in the frame. It looks good.
SU700. Yeah.
So this thing, like, you just make straight beats on it, right? It's a disc. It's like an MPC, older MPC, which I've got down here too. I've got that stuff down here. I just don't use that shit anymore. So now I'm like on Machine. I've been on Machine since like 2012. So all the way back to that original get your computers taken away and shit. Because I used to use Reason. So I'd use Reason.
Oh yeah.
Which was awesome with that thing. So you could sync. So I would sample into that and I would sync it to Reason. So like taking the technology, right, from like in the late 90s to the early 2000s where computers started to become more prolific for like studios and sampling. I went to school for like audio engineering in the early 2000s, and the transition of like going into the studio and working analog and then like literally like printing your mix to like an SSL console to like literally in the same day going to the next studio and working with the computer in Pro Tools.
Yep.
Dang.
So it's like, or like a tape machine, like I'm not going to edit. I'm definitely not cutting anything in there. This is not happening.
Right.
We're not taping anything. We're not cutting. We're not doing that. That is strictly
splicing.
It's either for aesthetics, which looks cool, right?
Yes, it does.
Crunch out some drums. You can't see all my racks here, but I got like 500 plugins over here. If you know what those are, this is for like, audio nerds. Yep. And then I've got a custom EQ and a custom summing mixer that I'll use sometimes for analog shit.
Nice.
And then I have some other compressors that I don't use. All the time.
I love compressors.
So that the accessibility now to like be able to go to Splice and just like grab something cool and then just chop that shit up and have a beat, lined up in 15, 20 minutes,
It's so much easier. Yeah.
I mean, it's like night and day.
Oh yeah.
But there are still some guys, right? Like, so you get guys at like records, right? You guys know who Brain Orchestra is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Brain Orchestra. I think he's getting up on him next week at the Mind Force show. I think he's gonna be in it. Brain Orchestra is gonna be I think he's gonna add it to the bill. Go ahead.
Where's that show at?
New York's in Brooklyn. The headliner is Mind Force, Mayhem Loren, Gridiron, Combust. It's a metal hip hop show.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like you can't slide through, man.
YL and Starker, I think.
Yeah. YL and Starker are not on there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's good for people to know.
Yeah. So, let's see. Brain and I have.
Oh shit!
Also.
Oh shit! Oh, okay. Is he rapping?
Yeah, I flew Brain out to Wisconsin in September, and we got down.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Now he make beats too.
Yeah, dude. So we went record shopping all over too when he was here because that's what he likes to do, and that's just something I don't do anymore. Very often.
Okay.
Because it just takes forever. Like, I'm in like a limited window of time to like be Bucky Luger. So which is fun.
Yeah.
You know?
But I'm pretty sure Brain Orchestra is replacing Wild and Starker. You see how God does? Next week I get to meet Brain Orchestra, and you got a whole album with this man. And he just got added to the he just got added to the fucking bill. Like, I think I don't know. I think that is dope. So if that actually happens,
I even tried to do a data recovery for him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he one of his external hard drive, his like computer crashed, and his external hard drive crashed.
It's horrible.
His external hard drive had all kinds of crazy shit. And like we went to town on that thing, and like
still couldn't get it.
Took it all the way up to the lab. Couldn't get it.
Dang, it'd be like that sometimes.
If it's got to go to the lab, you're
done.
Well, it's not necessarily done, but it's like once
the success rate's low.
Room, it's just like it's fucked. It's just like you're in a whole different ball game. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's a price range too. Like sometimes it's not even worth it. Like,
well, I mean, in that case, that would have been if they would have got that, it probably would have been 25, maybe 2,000 to $2,500.
Yeah, $2,500 to get the shit. Yeah.
Yikes!
Shout out to Mondo Slade because he lost the video and he was like, then they told me it's gonna be like $1,500 to get that shit. I was like, man, fuck that video. I was like,
nah, dude, get it. Fuck get it. I would have paid that. That's a lot of time and money you spent unless the video was, quick and easy.
It looked awesome.
Nah, he's still upset about its loss. So
yeah, I think
maybe it was worth it.
Okay, maybe. I mean, I get it, but if it's not, if they said $1,500, so like if it's up to that level, they should give you like a percentage of what they recover. They'll be like, yeah, we can recover X amount of this data.
Oh shit!
You do get a chance to look at it too. Usually they give you like access to it if you're in that territory. Brain shit was not even in the territory.
God dang.
Like, they hit me back and they were like, yeah, this isn't going to happen. I was like, dude, wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, it sucks, yo.
Once it goes to the lab, you got like about a 10% chance of getting it back.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not homophobic, but everybody, that's gay. Yeah, my bad. The lights on the timer over here. That shit cut the fuck out, yo. Boom. But 2025, the first thing you got is RJ Payne, huh?
I'm thinking that might be what I drop, but I might drop something else. I got a beat tape done too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just, in the words of the guy Fahim, just keep dumping on us.
Yeah, I got
just dump.
What you gotta watch out for is the procrastination. That's what that's usually where it happens to not come out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's just I mean, kudos to you guys for like doing a podcast and sticking with it for as many episodes as you have, because man, that shit is a lot of work. Coordinating it, getting people together. Like what person can be on this day. I mean, I totally respect the amount of work that it takes to get something like this done. So I appreciate the time for sure.
Well, we appreciate you for coming on here. I like to say I only work hard on this podcast 2 weeks out of the year. If it wasn't for fucking Primo Jab and Caro, I would not be doing this shit. I would not wake up or do this podcast at all. I work hard a week and a half out the year, do the end of the year awards. And then, I'm like, damn, how the fuck Carl do this shit, man? Fuck this. What? How the fuck people did?
He's got like a 20-minute system. It probably just it's already lined up.
He's the machine. The machine.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, like even the ability to like take. So like you talked about, Primo was talking about the dynamics, and I don't know how much time we have here, but like, are you guys trying to cut out of here? Is that?
It's the end run. It's the end run. It's the end road. But like, boom. But say what you
gotta say. Yeah, don't worry about us. We're here to listen. That's what you're here for, to tell your thoughts.
We're on Zoom, so like I feel like somebody's always going to come in and be like, "Hey, I got a hard stop at like like, shut up.
I have 4 terabytes of space. We're good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're all right. We're okay.
So we got like 36 hours.
Yeah.
I got till my wife comes in and gives me the evil eye. That's my hard stop right there.
I hear the kids running around upstairs, then we know we got trouble.
Right. That's not a hard. That's not a
gotta go regulate.
Yeah, if you're not in bed, we're gonna have some trouble getting up in the morning. But so the dynamics, right? Like to be able to get the same sound and like stick with that same sound with the technology that we have. Like you can take your and I don't do a lot of like tip videos, but this is another one of like pro tip things, which I probably should do more of these, but I just don't care. There's too many. Like why would you give a shit about what I have to tell you about anybody else? You know, like who fucking cares?
They want to bite though.
What's that?
They want to bite. They want to bite.
I'd go ahead, bite all you want. You can do this shit whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. bite all you want. Good luck. It's
generosity through indifference.
If somebody's gonna bite, like, you know, it's just gonna be like, all right, well, I probably wouldn't notice, and B, I think I would just continue making the same shit. Like, I don't mind biting people's sound all the time. So like just with the RJ Payne shit, like he sends very minimal, like just like one take, you know, and then like a rough mix. So like there's not a lot to do mixing on that, but like the way you can set it up, like I literally automated the majority of the first like Pro Tools mix and session, and then you're just able to call up that same exact setup and just drop the track.
Yeah,
this is so important too. And I learned it from the podcast and getting, you know, all of my compression, EQs, noise reduction, all of those things pre-set up. So when we record, I can just throw everything into the Adobe Audition, and all of the like quality stuff is already done.
Right.
So, you know, then all I have to do is filter through for the coughs and, you know, little things like that. But what it did was when we started recording the metal album, I did the same thing. I found a framework for the drums that I like and got the sound that I like, and I just pre-staged all of that.
But then are you triggering drums after it? Because this is the big thing in metal.
No,
triggering drums.
Everything I do is live kit and live kit only.
Are you like heavily gating a lot of those mics then?
Just the kick and the snare are heavily gated. I've got a compressor limiter gate that I'll run those through.
Okay, what's your go-to compressor limiter there?
I've got
just listen, Lukey. Just listen.
Oh, what's the unit that I've got? I'm not down in my studio.
Oh, it's like an analog piece?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now I'll run compression and different stuff through. I do all of my mixing through Adobe Audition. So I'll run some multi-band compressors and different stuff. I don't use a lot of plugins though.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're going to get all your stuff like from the front end.
Yeah. I try to get it as clean as possible going in, so that I'm doing as little to it on the back end. Yeah.
What happened, Luke?
Nobody gonna say pause.
Lukey. Pause, Lukey.
There was like 50 pause-worthy moments in there, and Luke.
I'm just proud. I'm proud that Lukey didn't step in 18 times to say
y'all
pause.
Saying all this computer stuff. I literally have the Inbox One. I have the Inbox One and the microphone, and y'all talking about not really.
First Inbox got a killer ass Focusrite preamp in it. One of the best preamps of all time.
It's pretty. I got Windows 7. Bucky, I got Windows 7 still, bro. Because I figured. Yo, check it out. I actually searched. You said, "Boy, I searched up your data." But here's the deal. I really wanted to find. Yeah. But I have a real computer. Then I have this old throwaway joint right here that has Windows 7 on it. I record on. Sure. But I also had the other. Yeah. So boom. But I have two. I actually had 3 laptops. But the one I record on, it's right here. It's I wanted to stick to something I knew how to do. Like I knew how to use this joint.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, okay, I don't know if y'all remember Pill from Maybach Music.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He came over to the crib and he wanted to record. And so I started recording him. He said, "You record like that? What the fuck are you doing, man?" I'm like, "Yo, that's how I do it." And then he heard it when I played it back through. I was like, "Oh, it sounds just like how I do it."
There must have been a mad echo in his. I bet there was a hella echo then.
It was like 5 something 12.
Awesome. That's crazy.
On the playback engine, he told me to change the sample.
You got to drop the sample. You got to drop the sample rate all the way back if you're recording, and you still get a little echo unless you figured out how to route it through your system or something else.
We mute the track that we're recording on, so you don't hear anything. You just hear the music.
But see, there's a setting in Pro Tools where you input only monitor while you do that. So if you mute it. So with the Inbox One, you could mute it, and then you would select input only monitoring, and then there's a little dial in the middle of that Inbox that starts.
Yeah.
So if you put it right in the middle, so you can give your your rep or like a little more of him or a little more of the beat. And like you can do a lot of that now inside of Pro Tools, but originally you couldn't really do much of it. It wouldn't pass the sound back through there. And that original M-Box 1 and I don't know, you probably like Pro Tools 7 maybe, Pro Tools 6.
I got 8. I think I got 8 or 9 or something. 8.
Yeah. And then, so then you can like, then you can monitor it with barely any latency.
Bro, we don't even use the monitors no more, man. Check it out. This is the same crack version I got. Pro Tools 8.
Amazing.
Nice.
And I have that in your possession. That's
because the old laptop that I have has a CD drive still. You know what I'm saying? Like, word. I really wanted to stick with something. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Please, you and Carl don't look at me with this thing.
Hey, look, the only reason I'm on Adobe Audition is because it was Cool Edit Pro back in the early 2000s when I started recording. Yeah, and I've just stayed with it as it changed over.
But it's, like all the programs are just like, they're so cheap. Like I see these videos of these, like, I don't know if it's just like legacy users or whatever. And they're bitching about like, why would you do a subscription for like Waves plugins? And it's like, why wouldn't you pay $20 a month for all of the Waves plugins? Like there's no reason not to do that. Mm-hmm. Like, unless you don't have $20 and you want to quote unquote own your plugins. Like why? Who gives a shit? Like who cares?
How often are you going to use it?
When you
it's just like, what are you doing with the plugin? It just sits on your computer. Why
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Sit on a server somewhere. Like, who cares?
Because we are spoiled and we got this shit off LimeWire and torrents and we got it cracked. We didn't pay any money for this shit.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't pay no money for this shit.
That's different. I respect that because there's a lot of hustle involved in like actually trying to get that cracked.
Get it cracked, yeah.
And which link is it? And then like, whoops, that's malware. Like, we're gonna have to erase that one. Like,
then your computer dies of AIDS. Your computer dies of AIDS.
Next thing you know, you're at one of my shops in Milwaukee, and you're like, dude, like,
the screen is
gone. Like, I need my data.
The screen is totally blue.
Right, and then you're paying like a couple grand because you need a new machine. That's just
you got to get a new computer. Yeah. Those LimeWire's days with the computer got AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yo, I went through, man. Check out my homies went through all those shits. They downloading porn and shit. One time my homie downloaded the porno. It said doggy style. The dog was fucking the girl. I'm like, this is not doggy style. Well, it is doggy style.
Wow.
Yeah. You gotta really watch what you type in. Yeah. You gotta literally what you type in on LimeWire is what you get.
Yeah, I guess so.
What you got. Yeah, doggy style. Like, damn, man, I don't want no bestiality on this shit. Are the cops gonna come knock on my door now because you got this shit on my computer?
You gotta watch.
The more you keep talking, it's more of an inevitability, Lukey.
I'm telling you. That was over with. I was in Stone Mountain. I was in Stone Mountain when that happened. So it was, Shout out to my homie nickname Dialect. You know what I'm saying? Die. Okay. He the one who downloaded the doggy style porn that was nasty. Right. It was red. What's
I don't want to meet you, sir.
Ricky Tick,
stay out of my life.
Ricky Tick, Ren 1010, the K9 cop.
Shit,
bro, stop talking about this bullshit,
I'm telling
man,
you,
please.
This is not how we're going to end this episode.
I don't care about these details. I don't need none of this descriptive nothing from you.
Weekly Lukey dump is back again.
2025.
Like a mute button. Oh, this isn't live like that.
Well, I get to edit all of this, so
yo, man.
I might just have to
Cop was a good
moment of silence.
Oh, shut up. I still thought Cops was cool, man. Ren 1010, the K9 cop was
pretty amazing. All right.
No, it was a dog. It was a dog. It was a cop, a dog cop that saved people and stuff. The dog cop.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Ren 1010. I know who that is, but who cares? Fuck that. Anyway,
let me ask you guys as the reigning professionals in space. Like, who's blowing up this year? Like, who should I go find a verse from? That's really what
Vega 7.
Guys, give me what I want to work
Vega
with.
7-1. Yeah. Vega 7-1, the rapper of the year.
Good names, but yeah.
I mean, those are. I don't even remember what I said. Quell and somebody else.
He said Quell and Lungs.
Lungs.
Lungs. Yeah. Both of them are spitting. Both of them are spitters.
Bro, think of those two guys on the same track. That should be
that'd be a cool track. I think you should make a compilation. Just grab a whole bunch of people, get a whole bunch of mercenaries together, and make a compilation. Put some crazy combinations together.
I got some already.
That's what's up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Snotty.
Come with it.
Snotty.
Dumb. There you go.
Snotty.
And who else is going to be on that one? This dude from Detroit, Bub Rock.
Bub Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bub Rock from Detroit. Man, they murdered a beat.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
That one's dark too. Oh man, I mean, I'm sure I'll stumble across Jamal Gasol pretty soon here too.
What up, Mondo?
Yep. Piff.
Mondo Slade.
Yeah, like Mondo Slade would be a good one for you.
The masked man, Mondo Slade. Yeah, all right, Mondo. I think that should sound really good. But you sounds good and everything, man, because you got that different type of flow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who else would I think that you would be a good person to go team up with? That's a good. I'm trying to think of somebody like whose voice would be
Estinak.
Yeah, you already fucked with Estinak.
Yeah,
I would say
pretty accessible.
like Ida.
I'd get Ida. Yeah, I'd get Alfred.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Vinny Paz has a couple of folders that he picked a few out.
Okay. Shout out Vinny Paz. You know, legacy names.
That shit would be tight if he blessed one.
Finally come through. You know what I'm saying? No, they are.
I mean, I got King Mag's got some
King Magnetic
folders too. You know, you guys know who that is. He's always looking to do some shit though. He's always hitting me up like, let's get a track going. I'm like, all right. He's always mining for crypto. Payment
nice
Bitcoin. He loves that shit.
The nigga named Johnny Storm.
Yeah, Johnny Storm. That one of the young spitters out here. He would be a good one for you. No, he's from New York.
Yeah,
Johnny Storm.
Yeah,
Johnny Storm. Yeah,
like Fantastic Four.
No shit.
Yeah, he's I believe he's from Queens or Brooklyn, something like that.
There's another motherfucker
he real smooth.
Yeah,
Ace
Cannons. He rap fast and furious.
Ace Cannons,
and I think that would go good with especially since you like slappers. Ace Cannons. He rap real fast.
Oh, I got it. You need to do a track with Jay Roberts.
Yeah, I was gonna say out of Toronto.
So you need to do a track with Jay Roberts. That would be he would make you proud with as far as your beat. You'd be like, oh yeah.
Jay would kill
you're
that.
Somebody.
Okay.
He raps unleashed, untamed. Absolutely.
Man, see if I search Johnny Storm, I just get the fucking Human Torch.
I guess you gotta
tell you exactly.
Like rapper. I have to put rapper behind it. That's the
Johnny Storm rapper.
Maybe. My Windows 7 computer died.
On the radar shit has always got some good. Okay. I found him.
Dave Blunts.
He just put out Egyptian Snow is his most recent album. Hove taught us is if you really want to hear him going off, Hove taught us do that one first. That came out early last year, but that's he kind of feels like that's his opus as of right now. Then, like I said, he just put out this Egyptian Snow joint.
Oh shit! I can't even Google.
Yeah, that's who you want, Johnny Storm. Check him out.
Yeah,
he's a young dude too.
He said
he young in his 20s.
Is he like a 38 special guy?
I don't think he's down with special. I mean, he may be. I mean,
his profile.
Maybe he's with him now.
No, I think he's just saying trust God. Maybe.
Yeah. Also, just on a tangent, I stumbled across something that I sent to some like local cats around here, and like, turns out there was like it led me into this like rabbit hole of like Christian rappers.
Oh really?
Oh no!
Which was the worst. It was so brutal.
Bro, that's why I said, "Oh no!"
Oh man.
I just sent you his profile.
Ruined my timeline.
You remember Gospel Gangsters?
Yes.
And DC Talk?
God.
Oh God. Let's put a cork in that.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, man. Stop him from doing what he does.
No, we're not. I don't even want to go. I don't.
Church closed. Lecrae.
Yeah, I mean let's put a cork in that. We ain't talking that. I'm just saying.
Get out of here.
I went down the rabbit hole.
Hey yo, man. Hey yo.
We don't need to expound on this.
Jesus
stuff.
Christ, man.
Oh man. You're triggering the old man here.
I'm sorry, man. And my dad's a pastor, so I had a lot of Christian, Stevens Curtis Chapman, all that shit. I had a double dose of that stuff growing up, man. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. You were talking about people to work with, though. Mac Lethal is another dude I hit up, but he hasn't.
Mac Lethal? Yep, okay.
He lives in Chicago, so it's like, man, and I'm just like dropping these people from Chicago. I mean, I'm supposed to get shit done with AM early too, but once again, it's just like, I mean,
his voice would be good with you.
He's probably got 30 beats in a folder. Trying to think of some other dudes. I mean, some of these guys would just be so random to have, and I'm thinking of a bunch of these old dudes too, but like Sage Francis would be another person. You probably don't know, but fucking man.
You resurrecting names. You're talking about rhyme sayers and shit like that.
Some of these guys are like, they're on their shit right now. Like Sage Francis is on like a weird ass tour with Atmosphere right now.
Really? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And like, good for him.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's awesome.
Like,
I hit him
finally.
I hit him up about doing something. He was just like, I don't know. It's like, all right. I get it. You have your own little thing going on, and it's kind of like, I'm not sure you want to mix in some other complicated beats to, your style there. And I think that it would be dope, but I think those guys are really like, they should be accessible, but they're not, because they don't. It's not necessarily like the money. You can't just throw money at them and be like, yo, let's do it.
They don't care.
But then on the flip side of that, there's also guys that are like, I don't necessarily need anything. And it's like, all right, well, that's cool. But I mean, if you want to do business, we can do business. It's all good.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
I appreciate people that like stand on their craft like that. That's really, I think it's really important for artists to flex their value in some level. There's in a space that's really diluted, especially like producers, there's probably a lot of chatter from a lot of different directions, and a lot of artists, especially ones that have worked with people who are notable.
Mm-hmm. True. But we have to remember, before we get out of here, there's more whack rappers and whack producers than there are good ones. You know what I'm saying? There is. It's like a 1 to 10 ratio.
So 1 to 10. I'd say it's like 1 to 100.
There you go. So every 100 rappers you get one. Then you all of a sudden, that's how we get filtered in this so small niche community of rap.
Yeah.
And not everybody's gonna sound good on everybody's production. Just name.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just happens like that, man. But we appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you and your take on this hip hop culture, and your niche, and your niche, and your spice you bring to this culture right here. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of different types of people.
Yeah.
Different type of moods.
Yep.
In this area. It just so happens you like the Packers.
Full circle.
You got to back the winners, I mean, that's just what it is.
Y'all ain't really been winning like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're not the Bears.
We're still trying to rid ourselves of the stink of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he was dope though. Can't front on him though.
Still dope, but he's definitely a piece of shit.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's an asshole. He does good on Jeopardy though. He did good on Jeopardy. I can't front.
Primo Jabs checked out because of the Bears hate.
Oh, he doesn't want to hear nothing.
Look like he about to do a B&E after doing a whip it.
Somebody call up the Super Bowl shuffle and get him hyped up again.
I hear so much nonsense.
We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah, you still remember that classic universal hit for the planet Earth.
I mean, that
presented by one of the greatest football teams of all time.
At 5 to 6 years old, that may have been my preliminary introduction to like any type of hip hop. That might have been the first thing I saw on a VHS tape at my grandma's house in Chicago on 57th and Mayfield, and it was the goddamn Super Bowl shuffle.
Super Bowl shuffle, baby.
It made you hate the Bears even more.
It was a great time, man. No one hated the Bears in '85, man.
I don't think no one did.
Willie Gault.
Yeah, no one hated the Bears. Sweetness. Yeah, exactly. The fridge. No, come on, man.
The refrigerator Perry. Yeah, I thought they was superheroes for real.
The punky QB? Come on, man. Stop it.
Was it Jim McMahon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, my God. That's Jim McMahon. Hey, man. Yeah. We're not going to have this discussion, man. Come on, stop it.
Everyone should have a discussion about Ditka at every
of course.
Time.
Absolutely.
When you're on the south side,
Buddy Ryan,
make sure that you visit your grandma and then you pledge your allegiance to Mike Ditka.
Eat a nice Polish
sausage.
Have some Lowenbrow, maybe an old style.
After that, you have to realize that the White Sox are the worst baseball team in history. Word. Well, the record they had last year. I'm sorry, Primo Jab. Yeah, I'm sorry. Midwest Yankees, Cardinals. You know what I'm saying?
Cardinals. Oh, God.
Midwest Yankees. We got the second most World Series without half the payroll.
At least the Yankees are always legit.
I mean, Cardinals are always pretty okay.
Yeah,
I said okay.
Cardinals can get it. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, man. we got
Brewers. They've ruined too many of my season ticket fucking playoff game good times.
Y'all ruined a lot of ours too, yo. And we ruined the Braves a lot.
Cardinals should have all of them ruined all the time.
Yeah.
See, I go like that Packer Bear thing with the Brewers and the Cardinals. I don't like the Cardinals at all. I don't like.
I love the Cardinals. I've been going to Cardinals games since probably like 2 years old. Ozzie Smith, Willie McGee. You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
Awesome teams, awesome players.
Yeah, awesome jerseys.
Awesome jerseys.
Yeah, but
Mark McGuire and the Cardinals.
Oh my God, that was a spectacle, my dude. That was
steroid times.
Yeah, him and Sammy Sosa, we actually liked the Cubs then because it was like a friendly little battle. You know what I'm saying? Like Sammy Sosa running out there.
Watch baseball. It was a great time to watch baseball.
Balls flying out everywhere. Anyway, man, I know we've been on it for a while, man.
Balls.
And balls flying everywhere. Yeah, balls. Yeah. Word.
Well, I appreciate you guys' time. You know,
we appreciate you, man.
We appreciate you, bro.
Hey, yo, we looking forward to seeing what you got for us for 2025, yo. So everybody out there, look out for the RJ Payne album. Look out for the compilation album. Might have some Danielson shit. Vic Spencer.
For that Vic Spencer, yeah.
Instrumental fucking instrumental tape.
Yeah, it's called Sandwich.
So indeed.
Ooh,
Sandwich. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Bucky Luger. You know what I'm saying?
Based Sandwich around like a whole bunch of Soprano samples.
Nice.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. It's stupid. It's pretty
interesting, man.
It's pretty funny. My brother did the artwork too. One of my brothers is like a 3D artist, and he does the 3D like modeling for Kohler. You know, Kohler like plumbing products,
faucets, and
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If you go on their website, he does all like their 3D modeling shit in it's got to be After Effects, right?
Yeah, more than likely, yeah.
Word. That's pretty dope, man.
So he did artwork on that shit. I could probably release like 10 beat tapes. I just once again.
You waiting on the rappers?
No.
9 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
9 p.m. We're like right in the pocket right now. I got like 15 minutes before I start to get tired.
That's what's up. Me too, man. Me too, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Well, but once again, episode 176 of the motherfucking The Biz podcast. Thank you for everybody for voting last week. Thank you for tuning in this week. We drinking. Wisconsin's drinking. Wisconsin, if you're T-Pain. You know what I'm saying? Word. Once again, shout out to the Bears and the White Sox. Word.
Peace.
I'm from Missouri, man. I'm from outside of St. Louis. We don't give a fuck about Chicago teams. I'm sorry. We just don't. Sorry, Primo Jab.
I hear you.
And you be making fun of me for spelling machacha with a T.